Hi, Eric here from Laser Scanning TV, and these are the March news for 27. And as you know, I bring the news from the scanning market, hardware, software, workflows, events, and definitely in hard and software sector, I have something interesting to show. There's a lot of news on the market. Stay tuned. If you're some of person who watch this channel on a regular basis, then you know we're starting with hardware. Let us start. We're starting direct from Japanese. We have this company TOPCON, and there's one of the big player on the market. TOPCON now expand their capturing reality portfolio with the introduction of an additional handheld system, and this handheld system is the CR-S1. And this works now as a hardware, and this hardware works now in this system of the software system of TOPCON. It looks for me like a typical handheld scanner. I think that will be good for surveyors. We're having good. I think they already deliver a good GPS integration. I think you can also use this GPS RTK network from TOPCON to use it. I think for surveyor, definitely a good solution. I can imagine that it's maybe not the best solution for Gaussian splatting. I think that's not the expert company for this. But for surveyors, what is the typical civil engineer AC customers, typical customer group of TOPCON, I think that will be the right solution. We stay on the hardware side. The next one is CHCNAV. They launched the R7. We will get the system soon for our demo purposes, and we will check it like we've done for many systems, what you find on our channel. So that's interesting. It's they tells that they have very good EMO, very high grade EMO with a very slow drift. And this sensor is a new HESI system, and this version of the HESI, what I understand, is basically in this performance actually only open for CHCNAV for a while. So I think it should be over 1 million points per second, have a GPS integration. It's an interesting solution because the price is like below $10,000. So I think something lower, so it depends from the market. Also it's definitely very, from the economy point, a very interesting system for what you pay and what you get. So, but we don't have any real experience in the moment. We can tell you how good these new sensor from HESI perform in the quality of the point cloud, what then also depending for what you can use it. Also, you have to follow for more updates. We will test it soon we have it. Maybe the Eastern Rabbit bring some to us. So we go more to SLAM. So I have a feeling it's like only SLAM. Next is Emesent also announced on the Geo Week their new GX1. That's now it's same principle. We have an HESI system. And then they have a covering with an integrated GPS and cameras. I think in the past the Emesent system was more looking like a bricks block, and then you have on top the system, and then you have a handle. So and you don't have cameras, I think, like this, and you don't have a GPS integration for mobile. Now with this system, Emesent offered this same solution like the other system, but here's is based on the backpack. It's also a little bit related, or maybe they won't do it for mobile capturing. It's a little bit also more on the heavy side. What I understand was 4 kilograms, like 8 pounds. So it's definitely not something for handheld. So, but I think they're also looking maybe for mobile solutions. So Emesent had a little bit different targeting market. We go more forward. We stay on the hardware side, and we have a very interesting new hardware here. So that is an stationary radar measurement system, and this system you can use to make this is based on radar and photogrammetry, and you can use it to make super accurate sub-millimeter accuracy dynamic and static measurement of the behavior of structures, buildings, bridges. So if you are a guy who is in this monitoring application, that's maybe an interesting system for you. I don't know, is there any big? I saw there was another Italian company, they're also offering similar system, but I think that's I think for the like a survey company like Hexagon is maybe one of the first solution from a typical survey company. What you can use it for measuring and monitoring. Then another hardware. So now we are not on radar, we're back on LiDAR. It's a very small, it's a column AuraGO. I had also an option to make an interview, go back to my GeoWeek interview. I speak to the founder of this company. This is a very small laser sensor, a complete new development. It's a American-Japanese company, and they have a static scanner inside, and they offer, this is a very small, very low energy consumption. You can put this together with a scanning app on your mobile phone, and this device is incredible. You can scan like up to 60 meters, but they will allow you to using maybe 30 meters, and because then is the resolution good and the accuracy is good. Also you will get a scanning device for 30 meters. And I saw a point cloud colorized, and that was looking very amazing for such a small scanner. Maybe a good solution for some application in the future with this AuraGO system. I think the release will be in the summer from the system, but you can pre-order it. Check out the video. So the other one, I think we have to link it inside or down below. The news from the GeoWeek, you can looking if you need more information. And they have an integration with .3D, and .3D is also a solution what we offer to our clients. Then we go up in the air. YellowScan, company from France, now announced that they have an NDAA compliant LiDAR for survey grade confidence. So it's data safety. I think it's a big topic because YellowScan is only one of the few European or international companies they are allowed to sell in the US. I have a permission because now we have the new drone ban, sensor ban. Everything outside from US is banned, but I think YellowScan is on the green list. So for people there from the US interested, check for YellowScan. It's a very old company. It's like not old, but I think they started in 2012 or something. It was one of the first integrator for LiDAR sensors. We go back to Hexagon. They also announced a new system. They call the system their MultiMapper, and this is for portability and versatility for airborne sensor. Now we're jumping to more higher grade systems, and the versatility is that you have a flexible mounting, that you don't have to mount it in your airplane, that you don't need an opening in your airplane, the stabilizer platform. I think they have a stabilizer platform, but this is more versatile, that you can put this on a smaller airplane or on a helicopter, so easy to switch between different platforms. I think that's the solution, but also high-grade laser inside. And if we go to the higher end, then we have here a new system, the CityMapper-3 hybrid. I think that's something, definitely something new with a new camera. You see, you have a new camera system, and you get really high grade. So that's the end. I think we should take a look in the data here. So I find a super amazing view. You can also use these data, what you capture with the camera and the point cloud for Gaussian splats application. But you see you have a point cloud here, so I think that's definitely here the sensor. You see this is a typical sensor to place it in an airplane with different multiple cameras inside, laser inside, and then you can, I think they have now a very bright range. What they can capture is very efficient, also very good productivity, but also a very good outcome. As you look here, they have a new camera, and I think the outcome, it's very good for an airborne sensor. I think it's, I don't know, is there any competitor products from Regal or from Teledyne Optech what can deliver a city model in this solution, or if they are in the moment are more unique. If you are something from the mobile market, photogrammetry market, then maybe you can leave a comment to this topic here. This would be interesting for me if there are any competition to the new system from Hexagon. Then a small company from Germany, GeoLAS, if we stay airborne, they announced a new release of their Geocode LiDAR processing software. Yeah, check it out. It's a very small company, but I think they have a good knowledge. If you are interested in this, check out the GeoLAS website. And then on the other hand, we have something up from the air. Here we have Mach 9, I would say, in German would be the name Mach 9. There was also in the They have a project, the Digital Surveyor. I saw them first time also on the Geo Week in Denver, and that's just like an cloud-based software to make AI-powered point cloud to feature extraction, point cloud to CAD workflow. It's definitely interesting if they have new points. I think that's definitely something. I think there's few customer there or a few applications they are similar, but this is a cloud-based. I think we have TopoDot, but it's based on Bentley. I can tell you how good these new technology from them is comparing to like maybe the solution what you can buy from TopoDot. So you have to figure out, but actually it is cloud-based system and it's an American company. So if you are not from the US, you have to check if you are allowed to move your data there. But I spoke to one of the founder. I think definitely it's also for them possible to maybe make an installation and offering the server so for European server. Yeah, next what we have is a little bit the hardware stuff. It's very interesting. TOPCON, we had this with the handheld scanner, but TOPCON is super famous for total station and GPS and definitely for machine control. And they have an announcement that they're working with, I think, James Rowe. I think he's an American race car driver. And I think very nice looks here, this race car with the TOPCON logo on top. I think they are making the IMSA, but also LMP2. Also this is with Pratt and Miller, so that's very high-end motorsports. I had a talk with this European marketing manager, and maybe they asked me, maybe there's some opportunity to go to one of such events. So I have to ask them, maybe it's interesting for another video. But you see here, this is the machine control, and especially for racetracks. I think TOPCON is the #1 for building racetracks in high accuracy with their machine control, and that's the reason why they have these cooperation now and sponsoring in motorsports. Let us move forward. Then we stay now in the software sector, and we have here the German company PointCab, and they have two announcements. One is in February they announced the new PointCab Nebula. That is a point cloud viewer where you only buy the technology but not the hosting. You can host this by yourself. There's different options within the Nextcloud. You can store it everywhere, and then you have also some application to Google, Amazon, and Microsoft solutions. Check this out, and they have now a new creator. That means you don't need PointCab. You can have your point cloud create within creator the data for Nebula and then share it. So you find more information on the website. And brand new, they announced also a Vectorworks plugin. And then finally, it's very interesting for the Gaussian splatting market. There is the company Khronos. I think it's a company who developed data formats, and they announced that they made the glTF Gaussian splatting extension. So this means that they're working on a kind of an industry standard to make it like a standard form that you can share Gaussian splats between different company. Actually, it's this a little bit different formats and different Gaussians, and everybody do a little bit the same. And I think the sharing is a little bit critical, but that's maybe one way to go. We will see that coming a new industry standard with these Khronos software company. They are now try to build lines to finding a standard. And with this Gaussian splatting outcome, I will say bye-bye. Thanks for watching the show, and don't forget, like every time, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. That's super important because for us, we are based here in Germany, and YouTube algorithm don't power us in the English-speaking area from alone. So every click help us, every friend you tell that this is a good show, help us, and subscribe to the channel. I say bye-bye, Eric. Until the next videos.